Shell structures. Shell structure in building construction, a thin turret plate structure shaped to transmit applied forces by compressive, tensile, and shear stresses that act in the plane of the surface. They are usually construction of concrete reinforced with steel mesh. Shell making began in the 1920s. The shell emerged as a large long-span concrete structure after World War II. Thin parabolic shell was reinforced with reeds are constructed with spans up to uh, approximately 19 meters. More complex forms of concrete shell were made, including hyperbolic, parabolic, or saddle shape of and thin intersecting parabolic walls. Leading thin shells designers including Felix Candela and Pierluigi. Natural shell, the term shells are used to describe structures that have strength and rigidity due to their natural and surface form, such as eggshell, walnut shell, and the tortoise shell. Shell, the most popular type of thin cell structure, concrete cell structure, usually cast as a monolithic dome or structured strip bridge or saddle roof. Concrete thin shell structure is a three-dimensional spatial structure that constructed from one more or more Torus slabs or cold plates. The thicknesses of the Torus slab and cold plates are similar compared to their other dimensions. The outstanding feature of concrete thin shell are their three-dimensional load-carrying behavior, which is governed by a number of the factors. For example, nature of the applied load, the manner in which the thin shell are supported, and the geometry of thin cell forms. The different types of and form of concrete shell structure: folded plate, variable, short shell domes, folded plate domes, and translational shell warped surface combination. Folded plates, it's a type of concrete shell structure consisting of thin flat plates. These boards are joined along their edges to create a three-dimensional structure. Folded plates extend up to 20 meter with a thickness of only 60 millimeter. In addition, it is aesthetically pleasing and to reduce the cost of the materials and the construction. However, the disadvantages of these plates are factors such as a difficult molding, the need for extensive labor and inspection, high cost, and difficulty with raising roof. Folded plates. There are three types of folded plates, which including prismatic folded plates, non-prismatic folded plates, and pasted folded plates. Example: cylindrical bare walls. Basically, gable walls are deep concrete beams with extremely fine mesh member that can be designed using traditional reinforced concrete design. Also, these type of concrete shell consist of the cylinders, frames, or links at the ends, including columns and side member containing a cylindrical element, a folded plate element, columns, or a combination of. Example: bare walls. In addition, bare walls were assumed to be very efficient to the use of arch form to reduce transverse stresses and thickness. In addition, it spans up to 45.72 meters, so bare walls are the most useful shell structure. Short shell is a cylindrical shell that has a considerably large radius in the comparison with the length. Short shell consists of the shell element spanned between arches, arch structure, and its beam provided at the lowest point of the shell. In small structure, it's very simple to omit H-beams in the small structure. Domes, they are structures that cover more or less a square or circular area. Domes are hemispherical and used as roof structure. Example, folded plate domes. It's a thin concrete shell structure consisting of plain floors and slabs. Various configuration of folded plate domes are available. Folded plate dome surfaces are easier because they are flat. Front waves is area covered with folded plate domes to not covered. Therefore, there is a greater need for a surface dome for use in auditorium. Translation shell. A translation shell is a dome placed on four arches. The shape differs from a spherical dome and is formed by a vertical circle moving and on another circle. All vertical slices have the same radius. It's easier to shape than a spherical dome. Barbed surfaces have a great advantage for shell structure because they may be formed from strange form boards even though they are surfaces of double cover. Combination intersection shell, barrel shell, and the folded plate barrel shell, and the short shell barrel shell, and the domes of revolution, and barrel shell at the cornings. It's are all concrete shell combination. Lattice shell structure, membrane structure, shell table, single curvature shell um, or double curvature shell. Single curvature shell are covered on the on one linear axis and are a part of the cylinder or cone in the form of barrel walls and the conic shell. Double curvature shell are either part of the pair or hyperbolic of revolution. The term single curvature and double curvature do not provide a precise geometric distinction between the form of the shell because a barrel walls is a single curvature but so is dome. Surfaces of revolution. The surfaces of rotation are created by a rotation of a plane curved scale. The meridional serves around in axis called the rotation axis. For example, cylinders, cones, spherical, elliptical domes, hyperbole, or are the area chords. Rolled surfaces. Rolled surfaces are generation by slinging each end of a straight line of their own generating source. These lines are not necessarily and the right angle to plane containing the end chorus. Example: double curved. There are mainly classified synclastic, anticlastic. Synclastic, these shells are doubly sorted and have a similar curvature in each direction. Dome is a good example of the synclastic shell. It's doubly curved and can be formed by rotating a curved line around an arc. Structural behavior similar to arches under an uniform, including the dome is under compression everywhere and the stresses act along the arch and the hops line. Anticlastic shell are those in which the centers of the curvature and located on opposing sides of the surface. This is commonly described as a saddle shape. Conoids, hyperbolic, parabolic, and hyperbolics are all considered to the anticlassic shell. Example: shape belongs to Cuernavaca. This hyperbolic structure is the Kobe Tower in Japan. Roll Center Market is a reference. That's all.